Welcome to another episode of Bargain Saturdays, and it's time to return to Skydancers Volume 1, Flights of Fancy, with Skyler vs. Skyler, which is either episode 11 or 10, depending on who you ask. Though I have to admit, this episode probably is one of the best when it comes to the episodic format they went with. Although it does have some continuity, I would assume, that carries forward into other episodes. Because they actually, explain that Skyler didn't die when he performed his death swirl or spiral or whatever it was called. It doesn't really matter, it's death something,
Death spin.
But it doesn't really kill anybody, so I don't know why it has death in the title. It doesn't kill the target of the attack. They just get banished to the netherworld. And Skyler himself gets banished to another dimension. Which dimension? I don't know. They just said it was a dimension. Maybe it's a fun one, we can all hope, right?
And imprisoned me in another dimension.
But at any rate, in this episode, Skyclone uses the power of mad science to make himself look like his younger brother Skyler and sound like him as well.
Uh-oh. If this doesn't work, we all better start looking for work, because we're all going to be unemployed. I've done it at last! With my image transmuter, I shall reclaim my rightful throne as King Skyler!
That way, he can return to the Wingdom and take his brother's throne by pretending to be him. Of course, just because you look and sound like your brother doesn't mean you act like him. Which means Skyclone kinda gives himself away pretty early on as far as the Skydancers are concerned, because they're like, he's acting suspicious, I should follow him, which, at least that's what Angelica does, and she gets to hear him basically talk about his evil plans.
Skyler!
But for a copy, you're not too sloppy, my liege.
Must be perfect!
I've got to find the Skydancers and warn them. The king on the throne is really Skyclone.
Of course, she then drops, some items on the floor, which alerts Skyclone to her being there. But he thinks on his feet, it's like, oh, she tried to steal the royal jewels because they were in, Skyler's bedroom. So he sticks the guards on her, so she's forced to run away and has no time to explain, that that's really Skyclone in disguise. Albeit she then acts stupidly surprised when Skyler's spirit, shows up and tells her, like, yeah, that's really my brother. She's like, it's Skyclone?
Your Majesty, I swear I didn't steal the jewels.
I know you did not, but it is not I who accuse you. It is Skyclone.
Skyclone?
Like you already knew that. Why are you acting surprised? Like, gosh darn it. Script writers, pay attention to the details. And if that wasn't a big enough issue, where he has someone that knows he's an imposter, out there, even if they're running from the law, they can still show up and ruin his day, if they get information about any scars, because he didn't copy those over. I guess he's a very vain man and must have flawless skin.
Angelica, I have a scar on my forearm. A scar I got when Skyler and I were still children. Show her that he does not have it, and she will know him for the imposter he is.
Show Skyler your scar. The scar you got when you were a child.
You have no scar. You're not Skyler.
At any rate, the other Skydancers, are like, how could Skyler, be in love with this guy? He's such a creep. So they decide to replace the Sky Swirl stun, with a fake on his, staff of power. He's going to be given, when he's recrowned King of the Sky Realm. And when he tries to use it and learns it's a fake, he just drops the whole gig. And he's just like, I'm just going to take what I want and summon my hurricanes. So like I said, it works in the episodic format, like we get a few simple plans, with the Skydancers and everyone, it's not complicated storytelling, and where it's all going to end with, Skyclone running away in terror from Queen Skyler because she's absolutely pissed off. As they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Or in this case, one deceived. Because, man, she blasts him good.
Why is it that nothing ever goes right for me?
That's the price you pay for being evil, Sky Clone. Tried to make me believe Angelica was a thief, did you? Here's your reward for your deception, Sky Clone.
Ouch! I felt that.
But yeah, this is alright. It's not great entertainment. There's nothing really deep to what's going on, but if this was an episodic story, or a series, this wouldn't be a bad outing for it. But if you wanted something with a lot more, teeth to it with an overall plot line, you probably would still consider this just rather boring. But at least it would have been a better outing than, the last couple episodes we've talked about. Oh, man. Until next time, then. See ya.
There's no place to hide.